All right, everybody, welcome to today's show. We've got a very special episode for you. We're talking all about American Equity's EstateShield 10 product, just launching this coming July 21st, 2021, this coming Wednesday. We're going to be talking all through the details and how it compares to its rivals, its counterparts within the business, the Allianz 222 and the Agility 10. It's definitely going to be a good one. We hope you enjoy. Stay tuned. Welcome, everybody, to Coffee for Closers. I'm here as usual, as it seems to be usual now, more and more every time. I'm here with Rick Kallmeyer.
Yeah.
Product is special episode here today. We're talking all about a new release from American Equity, the EstateShield 10.
Yep.
Finally heeding the calls of so many American Equity loyalists out there. Who've been looking for a competitor towards the 222s of the world, the Athene Agility, and now we've got it. The EstateShield 10 kind of sticking with that shield model that they've had, the income shield, the asset shield, now the EstateShield. We'll dive into some of the product details today on the show. We will talk about how it compares to its rivals or counterparts over at Allianz and Athene. And we will leave the decision in your hands, the viewers out there, whether this is something up your alley or not. But cool stuff. We got the call 2-3 days ago about it. Got an email out to some so far about the product announcement. But you have done some good research into this. So maybe
into what they've got available and what's... I mean, it's being launched next Wednesday, so obviously it should be out by the time we get this video out.
Yeah, it'll be out. This will be 2 days ahead of that launch.
Okay,
so
cool.
It'll be just going there.
So once we can run illustrations, obviously we'll have a clear idea of how this product's really going to look. But off the specs, it looks good.
All right. Well, talk to us. Chassis, talk to us about maybe the basics. We probably... mostly understand that this is an estate, primarily maybe an estate play, maybe by the name. I don't know.
Yeah, right. Yeah, this is, I think in a while, if not ever, American Equity's first attempt at a increasing income product, which is really cool to see. They've really historically been in the guaranteed income, fixed income rate products. So it's cool to see them build something new, I think, for them. And I may be wrong. There may be like an
asset
older, like
shield
15
was kind of like not guaranteed income, was it?
No, it's all accumulation.
That's all accumulation.
So this is an accumulation product with an income, free, no-feed income rider, which I'm glad they kept to.
But they've always had free income rider options.
Still a guaranteed, right? The income shield, you get the 4% guaranteed. And once you turn that income rider on, it doesn't change.
Sure.
So unless there's something maybe like 15 years ago that they had that I didn't know about. But to me, it's new space for them.
Okay.
So that's really cool. Typical stuff, 10-year chassis. They have the same indexes that they have on the asset shield, which is good to see. They have a pretty good, I think there's 12 different index choices, probably including the fixed income account.
Pull this up for us, Will.
Yeah.
Let's get this up on the screen for y'all.
None of the feed versions, so you don't have the opportunity to throw like a higher rate on there if you want to buy up a fee, which I understand, and I think that's fair. I think
it's got the destinations index.
Yep.
1 year, 2 year options. They've got
1 and 2 of pretty much everything. They got 1 and 2 of the Bank of America index, the CS Tech, the SG Global.
5 different 1 and 2 year options.
Yep. No par rate on the Aristocrats, which I thought was a little odd.
No par rate on the Aristocrats. It's a cap. 5.5% on the 2 year, 2.5 on the 1 year. Interesting.
Yeah.
So what's the go-to indice? I mean, we haven't been able to really run illustrations yet on this. We will on Wednesday. So if you have questions about illustrations coming Wednesday, we should be able to run those internally. Your team should, right, Rick?
Yeah. But again, same indexes on the asset shield. So based on performance of the asset shield, obviously par rates and things are going to be different. But the Bank of America has done very well. I mean, all 3 of them have done pretty well. I believe the Bank of America and then the SG Global are the top 2 performers. I may be messing up the SG Global and the CS.
What about the CS Tech Edge?
Like I said, they're all very close to each other. All 3 of these indexes have actually been doing very, very well in the market for the feed option and the no feed option.
So have a lot of indexes.
Relatively, man. Anything I think that's not volatility control based has done pretty darn well. I mean, you can throw a dart at a dartboard right now and make good money. But basically anything with a volatility control, especially a Vive, volatility control has been really tough. It's been such a volatile market. These ones that are like monthly.
So the money's just
rebalanced.
not participating.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, yeah, most of them have done pretty darn well over the past year.
Excuse me there. Sorry about that.
So, yeah, 10-year chassis. Very similar again to the Agility and the 222. You do have a 10-year wait for income, which is a bummer. I truly hope that they release like a 5-year version of this product, which would be really cool. You'd undercut the Athene 7-year. You wouldn't beat the Agility, but I think there's a good space for a 5-year deferral. So if they could make this an add-on later on, that'd be really cool. But as far as this product, 10-year wait, 10-year chassis.
It is a 10% free withdrawal annually
After your
premiums
first
paid
year.
starting year 2.
Mhm.
Systematic withdrawal of interest only from fixed value available after 30 days. Enhanced benefit rider. We'll talk about that in a second. Market value adjustment rider. So it is MVA. It does have an MVA rider. No surrender charges at death. That's fantastic. Issue age 40 to 75.
Which is 5 years shorter than I know Allianz and I think Athene too. I think both those products
They'll
go up to 80.
Yes.
So.
Yes, they will. So that's interesting. They have a fixed value rate of 1.1. Surrender schedule is pretty typical.
Yep.
9.2 down to 0.
And this again is of course in Florida as we typically run things.
Yeah. This product hasn't been approved in Florida just yet, has it? I thought I just saw that from one of our reps over there.
Possibly. This should be from Florida.
Still waiting on a
full spec on states and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't see them having any issue getting this through anywhere, really. I think it's just a matter of time. I mean, it's coming out in a week. Everything else, I mean, you've had a lot of other products get built. So
let's talk about the LIBOR for a second, because that's where this product gets hot, the enhanced benefit rider. Or the
income rider. Yep.
Income rider. So
huge part, 25% bonus. It's big.
Huge.
We just saw Allianz pull a bunch of money in
for
the last month for the 25% bonus. So it's awesome. I think this is good planning on American Equity's part to, I don't know if they plan this out that well, but to come out with it as soon as like that ABC kind of, I mean,
it just
coming off. Now you're pumping back up with a new product at 25%. That's awesome.
Is this closer to the ABC or closer to the 222?
This is almost on par with the 222.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've got the 25% BAV bonus.
And the BAV is like the income account. Yep.
Right. And then, but that's a new rate. That is, it, at least in our conversations with American Equity, it seemed as though that's an introductory bonus and that they have intentions of lowering that down.
Yeah. Yep. They did say that they're looking to do an introductory bonus at 25%. I don't remember the exact date. It was later on in,
I think it was
summer,
end of August or something like that. It is not a long time. Yeah. So if this is something that you're interested in, you like that 25% bonus, that is something you definitely want to jump on with this product, especially if you're coming off the heels of the ABC bonus or promotion. Definitely smart by American Equity.
Now they are dropping it down to, I think they said 20% as they're expected, which is still not a bad upfront bonus.
Beautiful.
Probably like this.
Oh, no doubt. Yep. Then you've got the multiplier, 150%.
Yep.
It's identical to the 222.
Yep.
BAV.
Account does 3, you get a 4.5 to the income side. Account gets 3, income account 4.5.
Okay. Yep. Makes sense. And it is increasing income. So you turn on income in year 10 or after year 10. That first income payment, if the indice does well, returns 2, you're going to get 3 allocated to your 3% allocated to your income account, and therefore increasing your payout.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. Every year.
So it does
goes up.
So a little inflation protection there, and then you've got a 10-year enhanced income waiting period. That's what we've been talking about here.
What I do like is that they kind of just copied and pasted their well-being rider from the Income Shield. They didn't make any like real fancy adjustments or change anything or kind of like nerf it at all. They just said, hey, we've got this well-being rider that's done well on the Income Shield. Let's take it and just put it on this product.
Explain the well-being rider for anybody that
So it's a
might
true
not know.
doubler. 2 out of 6 ADLs. You get double the benefit and 1.5 for spouse. I haven't seen anything more on that, on whether it's home health care as well, if they've like really copied it over, but it's your true typical doubler.
Okay. All right. And then this 200% of enhanced income payout factor for single life, that's the doubler.
Yep. 5-year enhanced period. 1.5 for joint.
1.5 for joint. Okay. All right. So that means if 2 out of 6 ADLs is there, they'll pay me out 200% of the payout factor.
The income payment for 5 years.
For 5 years.
And then after the 5 years, it drops back down to your income rider payout.
Up to 5-year enhanced LIB period. Enhanced death benefit option based on BAV. Now that is the one that, that's the kicker with these products. That's how this becomes an EstateShield product. Because now you can take this income account over a 5-year period, 5-year payout. Now they said on our call that it's it's going to pay. It doesn't have a 1-year wait to start that 5-year payout period on the income account, which I didn't know to be true with either of the other carriers, but maybe there's a contingency somewhere else there. But either way, it starts immediately upon death. The beneficiaries would be able to decide whether they wanted to take that death benefit in an upfront, which would come out of the account value, or they take it in a 5-year period, over a 5-year period. So I guess that's 5 installments, right?
Yep.
I
think that's kind of fun now seeing this, because I think American Equity is one of the main companies that got a lot of flack over the years for the whole, like, the income account's a fake money bucket. It's not real money. So to see them kind of answer it finally and say, hey, look, we'll make a product with a real income account that can be turned into real money. I think they were the ones that caught a lot of it from, like, the bonus gold series, the retirement golds, like the foundation golds, all those, like, big income
That's
products.
unjust, though. I mean, they didn't deserve that. Everybody
I think
was
it is
doing
as well.
it.
I think it is as well. But, like, if you look at a lot of different articles, it's always like they always ganged up on American Equity for some reason, said, like, those are the guys with the fake income products, right? That's just how they're built. So it is really cool. You can actually take the income account, which in a product like this, that income account's going to grow pretty darn well over a series of 15 years.
Well, we've seen the Allianz products do it for years. Right? This is very close to the Allianz 222. Does the Allianz 222 have the enhanced payout, the well-being rider, enhanced death benefit, or it has the enhanced death benefit, right? But does it have a well-being
and
benefit?
It has a well-being rider, and I can't speak on how comparative they are until I can get a little bit more on the EstateShields and see if it's fully the same as the income shield, but the Allianz and the Agility both do have a well-being rider to some degree.
All right. Well, then let's.
I don't want to say it doesn't. I want to say Allianz is, and I don't remember. I don't want to speak on it if I don't know well.
All right. Well, let's talk about payout factors. Payout factors for the American Equity. Pull this up for us, Will, here. Payout factors for the American Equity EstateShield, 50 to 59, 3.35% for single, 2.85 for joint. From 60 to 64, you're in the high 3s on the payout factor for a single, low 3s for the joint. 65 to 69, 4.85. I'll let you guys read the rest there, but pretty plain Jane vanilla payout factors there.
Yeah, I mean, after 60, they're going to 5-year band it, which is really common. These payout factors are better than the Allianz payout factors.
Not by much, man.
Not by a whole lot. They're
talking about
better.
For Allianz, I pulled this up earlier. Allianz, 60 to 69, 4.5% payout.
Yeah.
So you're talking about from 60 to 64 years old, you'd have a better payout factor with the Allianz 222 than you would with the American Equity. Now, keep in mind, you would have had to get the product at 50 to 54, because you would have had to buy it pretty early.
And that's how some of these are structured. If they're going to be bought for income and used for income rather than the estate planning process, a lot of people will buy them at 55 to 60, around that ballpark.
But you talk about, okay, I'm going to buy this at 60. Let's say that's a pretty average age for the industry. If you disagree, let me know in the comments. Yeah. But average age, 60 years old was the purchase age usually for like an annuity, right? Maybe 60 to 65, right? That range. Payout factor for the American Equity, 5.3 okay, so you would turn on income with either the 222, the Agility, or the EstateShield after 10 years. So that means you'd be turning on income in the 11th year. So you'd be 71 to 76. Somewhere around there. Yeah. Payout factor for the Allianz between 70 and 79. The Allianz 222, 5%. With the American Equity, 5.35 from 70 to 74 to 5.85 from 75 to 79.
Mhm.
So you're talking about basically 85, at most 85 basis points higher payout factor. Same crediting rate, right? 150% to
Multiple,
each
yeah.
account, right?
Mhm.
With the 222 as far as your income bonus, right? They both call them different
150%,
things,
yeah.
right? PIV,
Multiplier.
right? With multiplier,
The
whatever.
PIV or BAV multiplier, yeah.
Right. 150 basis or 150%
Mhm.
of the credited interest
Yeah.
bonus to your income account.
So where that would come in well is if you had a 60-year-old client and you were trying to do, again, I'm not going to give like full financial advice on this. Obviously, consult a tax client, but a big play I've seen a lot of people do is with qualified funds, right? If you know you're going to have to deal with an RMD situation, you can't fix all of it. But if you want like this annuity to satisfy your RMD withdrawals, you buy it at 60, turn it on at 71, 72, start using that to fund your RMDs.
Right.
Satisfy those issues there.
Right.
Again, that's a debatable financial discussion, whether to take your qualified funds first and then defer your non-qual, but that's a whole different conversation. I've just seen a lot of people do that structure with it. What I really like about the agility that's a little bit different than both of these on payout factors. Agility has a very similar payout factor on the 10s, like on the decade scale, like 60 to 70 to 80. They just do theirs on year bands rather than a 5-year block.
You take that same logic, though, you're talking 535 at age 70, 545 at 71, 555, like you said, on the 10s going forward. So if you were at 76 years old, that'd be 5.95% payout factor versus American Equity at 76 would be giving you, let me get back to that page real quick. Hold your horses. 5.85. So 5.95 versus 5.85. So the theme slightly edging them out as you get a little older.
And you did at 76?
That's at 76.
Yeah, I think the American Equity chops at 75.
It does, but it only goes to 5
on the fifth band, right?
Yeah,
so
it goes to 5.85, right? So you end up getting that extra 10 basis points with the Athene product line at age 76.
So there comes into an argument if your client's, 65, 66, 67, something like that. But again, you're talking a point of a difference.
But if you go...
Or 10 bips, 10 bips of a difference of an income payout.
If you go 74 with American Equity, it's 535. With Athene, it's 575 at 74. Because of that break
because
at 75.
they're doing the 1 year 10 bip increases versus a 5-year jump. So conversation be had
Athene's
there.
payout factors would be the best. If I had to rank, Athene's payout factors, because of what you're talking about, increases every year based on the 10s, right? And multiple or 10 basis point increments. That would put them in the number 1 for payout factors. 2 would be American Equity. 3rd would be Allianz. Now, and then you've got what is the income bonus on the agility? That's what we got to figure.
175. 175%.
175%. Yeah. Okay. Now,
versus
okay.
Let's 150 to Allianz and American Equity.
What about the bonus though? Not the multiple. The bonus. Let's talk about the bonus to the agility product. Which, for those of you that might not know, the Athene Agility 10 is the competitor for the 222. And the Allianz 222 and the American Equity EstateShield. Now, it's saying the benefit base bonus,
I believe it's 25%.
Is 25%, and so is Allianz.
Yeah, Allianz increased those, I think, last month when they did the ABC. They said, hey, look, we're going to bump the ABC and the 222 to 25%. After the bonus is done, we're going to drop the ABC down back to, I think, 18 is what they stuck it at, and they're going to keep the 222 at 25.
So the 222 is at 25.
Yeah.
The agility's at 25. The asset or EstateShield is at 25. Okay, so level playing field on income or on the income account bonus. But then let's see. So it starts to become a factor of your allocation, right?
That's where it really comes to, right? You've got,
what do you believe in? 25%
bonus across the board. Allianz American Equity, you got 150% multiplier. Athene, you've got a hair bit, 175%. That 25% is not a small difference to make. It's pretty decent. So the only factor you really can now rely on is indices and which ones are going to perform the best. and how you can position the product. To me, that's how I look at it.
So your annual point-to-point S&P 500, just to compare apples to apples, right? 175 basis point cap on the American Equity S&P 500 one annual point-to-point.
I think Allianz is 2.5.
Athene is 3% cap.
Now theirs is a little different though, which I think this is
1 year point-to-point index strategy cap. Bailout
3%.
cap rate.
They have a bailout cap.
But that's the addition. That's the 50 basis point.
So what that bailout is basically if the S&P doesn't return, they give you an option to, for 30 days, withdraw your accumulation value.
What do you mean?
Scroll down a little bit. It's in that sheet on that bailout feature. If you have the brochure up.
If Athene lowers the declared 1 year point-to-point index strategy cap rate below the bailout, put this up on the screen,
50
Rick,
bips.
or Will. Pull this up. Bailout feature right here. Boom. If Athene lowers the declared 1 year point-to-point index strategy cap rate below the bailout cap rate, you will have full access to your annuity's accumulation value, free of any charges for up to 30 days after the contract anniversary in which the bailout cap rate was pierced. After the 30-day bailout window, all charges may apply. What does that mean? That means like you're going to get charged 50 basis points?
No, to me, what that means is if they lower that S&P cap below 50 bips,
I hope to gosh not.
Then you can pull your accumulation value out with no fee. If you wait more than 30 days, 31 days happen, you say, hey, I want to surrender my policy for accumulation
That's
value.
That's a gimmick,
it's
man.
a gimmick.
Not when are they going to drop it below 50? We'd be in a panic.
Not very reassuring, right?
No.
Right? Like whenever I see something, and again, I love Athene, great company, but whenever I see like a catch-20, or not a catch-20, but like an asterisk on something like that, like not giant reassuring. But again, if they keep the rates perfectly fine, a 3% cap on the S&P is a decent cap.
So their 1 year
for right now.
So their big one is really this BNP Paribas.
The Paribas is performed very well.
Paribas?
It's I don't know. It's French. I think it may be Paribas. Done very well. I mean, historically, it's just done very well.
It's a 5%, volatility controlled index. Okay, gotcha.
One of the volatilities
65% for the 1 year, 90% for the 2 year.
Yep.
Let's take a look at American
NASDAQ,
Equity.
of course, has done very well.
At best, you're getting 70% with any of the American Equity and 50% for the 1 year. The 222s index about the same.
70, 75 for I think 2 years and 50, 55 for 1 year.
The BlackRock. Interesting. BlackRock IBLD. Has that done pretty good? Yeah.
It's done all right. Most of the time when I'm using Allianz, again, you know me, I love BlackRock. I typically do the Bloomberg. Bloomberg's performed very well. And the PIMCO does very well with Allianz. Obviously, them owning PIMCO and being able to control a lot of what their option charges are and having a little bit more free reign with owning the firm you're trading your options with. Those are typically the two I do. I usually lean towards the Bloomberg and the PIMCO.
All right. You can bring that down. All right. So let's talk about all right. Let's just compare these guys for a second. Bonus wise to the income account, it's a level playing ground at 25%. The allocation options the index options it's kind of subject to the viewer's opinion. Yep. But if you're going strictly on rates, what they're offering, and it's so skewed because it's like if I'm going to offer like a 90% par rate on an index that I created or that I got, they're working backwards into this, to average a certain return. But if you compare apples to apples, it seems as though Athene is offering the best S&P 500. Let's look at Allianz real quick.
Allianz, like I said, was 2.5, I'm pretty sure.
1.4 monthly sum.
It's down to the right.
There we go. 2.5. Yep.
2.5.
So 2.5 annual point to point with the S&P 500. So 2.5, that puts American Equity in third from index. We're just comparing apples to apples. On the S&P 500 cap, which is the least sexy and the last thing most carriers are really focused on right now.
Again, there's a huge argument to make all the time of S&P options are the most expensive options as well as
we're going to ignore the index thing.
Yeah.
It depends on what you believe in. Depends on where you think the market's going. If you have any opinion on that, we'll look at what the illustrations suggest. Although how much that was worth is up to debate as well.
Yeah.
So very diverse. We'll just go on the diversity of options within all three are almost identical between the three.
Yep.
You got 2 years and 1 years. You've got par options with all of them. You've got cap options with them. You've got spreads here.
I don't think
not really.
Spreads, no.
Yeah, they got some spreads here. Annual point to point with spread.
Okay.
With Allianz. So you got 1 year and 2 year options with par rates with all three of them. Competitive par rates with all three of them.
3 well-built funds by large monsters in the industry.
Yep. You've got the payout factors. We talked about that. Payout factors.
Marginal difference between them.
Marginal difference.
Yeah.
But if you've got indices that are performing nearly the same, which we could argue that they might.
Should.
Or should.
Yeah.
The payout factors become incredibly important. Right? And right now, the best payout factor out there is the Athene Agility. The American Equity product, the EstateShield, comes in second, and the Allianz 222 comes in third from a payout factor. Death benefit wise, they're all doing a 5-year payout from the income account.
Yep.
So again, you've got 5-year payout of the income account, which received a 25% bonus and is getting 150. All of them are getting 150% crediting to.
No, Athene's getting 175% multiple.
Ooh.
So that's where the Athene takes a race as well. Not only does it have a little bit higher payout factor and a better payout factor structure. Well, I would say that it doesn't have a higher payout factor, it's a better payout structure. It has 25% more of a multiple on that accumulation side.
Gotcha.
So, or on the income accumulation side. That makes sense.
Gotcha.
The income account accumulation.
So you've got those. I mean, this is a very competitive product put out by American Equity, I've got to say. Athene seems to have the highest crediting bonus rate, right? 175% of the allocation, 150% with the Allianz and the American Equity product. You've got 25% bonus across the board with all three products. You got index allocations that are largely the same with all three. Payout factors goes to Athene, second to American Equity, third to Allianz.
Yep.
Athene seems to be the winner on all fronts, except for one. Where do they get that money from? Where do they get the money to come out so largely on top? You know where they come from.
Yeah. I get what you're saying now.
They're coming for your wallets.
Yep.
That's where it is. I mean, Athene largely was a very competitive comp company, but street level comps or general agent level comps out there, we'll just use that. I know some folks are scattered different comp levels out there in the industry, but we'll go with street comparisons. That'll be a good comparison for you going beyond that if you happen to be in a different comp situation. But Athene's over at 6%. You've got Allianz at 6.175%, and you've got the American Equity coming in first at 6.5.
Yeah.
So payout, and these are the upfront comps, right? These aren't the trail comps or anything like that.
Whatever they want to call it.
Right. Yeah, option U with American Equity. So anyway, so 6.5, so 6.5 with American Equity, 6.175% with the Allianz, and Athene coming in last at 6. But with, they're reallocating that extra, 1.75% of your commissions to 50 basis points to a product that's pretty beefed up.
Yep.
But I'll tell you, man, there's something to be said about a product that does well for all parties involved. The client, the advisor, and the carrier. If they don't, I've always said that the three-legged stool is extraordinarily important. And the reason being is not because we're all hungry as advisors to get paid more or whatever, but it's about service and service to your client. And if you pay an advisor more, they're much more inclined to continue to service that client and help them reallocate annually. I know too many advisors out there that let things go to, just let things go or whatever. And I'm not saying that everyone watching would do that, but there is something to be said about doing the right thing by those that are going to be aiding the client through every decision for the next. This is a 10-year contract.
This is a 10-year before you can touch it, right? So you really should be staying in touch with the client for at least those 11 years.
For sure. And the advisors that are selling these products do. Yeah. Right?
You have to.
And so making sure that you are well compensated. I mean, that's if you think about it in a 10-year span, that's a lot less than, say, a securities advisor would be taking to manage a portfolio, even passively manage. They might be collecting 1%. Yeah. So that'd be 10% over 10 years. We're talking about an advisor taking 6.5 over 10 years at most. Right? So, I mean, it is absolutely needs to be fair for all parties. And if American Equity needs to drop some par rates or whatever to offer that to their clients or to their advisors,
would be that bonus, right? I think that's where that bonus is coming out at. Again, when they move it back to that 20% level, that's where it's going to get you.
If they do, you never know, because if the competitors continue to stay at 25, they're going to be forced to do the same
with the market.
It's nice to be that there's 3 options now at the table. American Equity, kudos to you guys for pumping this out there. Thank goodness for it. And there's something to be said about that world-renowned customer service that American Equity is known for. Not that there aren't great people at Athene and Allianz. There certainly are. But that's been a staple of American Equities since I've been in this business and well before that with Dave Noble way back when. And I know, the 3-ring rule where, you'll get picked up on in the first 10 seconds or something like that.
Which is true.
And they've held true to that. So there's something to be said about customer service because it doesn't just extend to you as the advisor, but it extends to your clients on that side as well. And that's super cool.
Yep. Make a 5-year option, please. Please make a
5-year
option.
Or 7?
I want a 5-year. If you can make this product to make it a 5-year option, it'd be
taking income in 5 and getting increasing income, it'd be watered down pretty much everywhere.
It's pretty watered down. It'd still be worth it. If you can get an increasing income product in a 5th-year chassis, and maybe not if you want to do 5th-year chassis, make it a 10-year product.
10-year product with income
in the 5th year, right?
I think
Keep the surrender charges, allow income. That would be a huge compliment to this product. It's a great product, good product. American Equity needs it. Again, great to see them in the increasing income space. They could have made something a lot more convoluted than maybe like a legacy product or like an old Athene, like Ascent bonus or something. Yeah. They made a pretty clear, straightforward product that I think people are familiar with, at least advisors are. But a 5-year option would be really, really cool.
Oof. From Rick Kallmeyer's lips to American Equity's ears, we're looking for a 5-year product over here at Coffee for Closers. I know our viewers will as well. That's pretty much it. Yep. The American Equity EstateShield product launching Wednesday, this coming Wednesday. If you're watching this as a recording, that would be what? What is Wednesday?
Next week.
That's the 20th. That's like the 20th? No, let's see. The exact launch day is
21st.
The 21st. So if you're watching a recording past the 21st, and it's already out for you, but July 21st, 2020, 2021.
Yeah.
I keep doing that.
I know.
July 21st, 2021, the EstateShield from American Equity launching. Go ahead, take a look at it. All kinds of product information will be available on Coffee for Closers. If you want to, you can reach out to us and get that information from us or from Rick's team. But yeah, as always, folks, if you like the show, if you are a viewer and you enjoyed it and you want to see more of this, don't forget to go ahead and subscribe. Smash that subscribe button. Isn't that what the kids say? That's what the kids say. Although I guess those hip kids, they always say that on our insurance show. Anyway, go ahead, smash the subscribe button, become a subscriber, and join in weekly as we talk about anything from sales concepts to product reviews to pretty much anything. Yeah. No holds barred, everybody. So anyway, thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you right here next time on Coffee for Closers.